tough to see.
While so much has been lost in less than a week, there are glimmers of hope, captured in these images of a stranded dog. Report. Max was taken in by a local dog rescue, which has since received residents.
Thank you, Whittier. The way the city of Los Angeles is coming together to help each other, it's overwhelming.
While so much has...
That's what I kept saying before. Effective, fam. The shelter.
With high winds set to return and new evacuations now ordered, crews race to contain the Palisades fire as the blaze rages on.
And as hydrants ran dry, one Pacific Palisades family got creative, making their own firefighting equipment out of their pools, generator to fend off some of the flames, and they saved their home.
Those residents, Patrick and Evan Galling, join us now. Great to see you. So explain to us how this all came about. How did you all, was it just sort of a last-minute immediate thing, or was this something you had thought about before?
Say that to our father, who about 3-4 months ago was so adamant about having one of these for fire season. You know, it seems like every fall during the Santa Ana winds, we always have a high fire risk here, and we know that going into this.
I believe it's Patrick talking to us now, so I'll turn to Evan if I've got you guys situated and organized correctly in my mind here. So, Evan, can you give me some context, though? Like, how did the homes around you burn? How close did the fire get to the home that you guys saved with pool water?
Backyard caught on fire, as well as a bunch of our neighbors, and right across the street the house completely burned down.
Wow.
And so I was actually having to rush back from school the same day, and so when I got there I had FaceTime my brother and they set the generator up, but right across the street, so where the house burned down, our neighbor's house was super close to the fire, so we had to wheel the generator all the way across the street and set it up, and that's actually his backyard, and we like basically one equipment.
Incredible.
So it was definitely life-saving. Yeah.
I'm amazed. Patrick, explain to me, how did your dad know about this idea? I'm still kind of trying to wrap my head around it. This pump.
Online, a nice gentleman who came and showed us exactly what he recommends. Generator that
What water did you end up using?
turn the
is foam to be able to water. That way, when it comes out, it sprays foam, which is a little bit more heavier to get on and smother it and put it out. The foam that they use for like chemicals and different types of fires and stuff like that, you kind of help because and it takes foam. You can smother it, kind of isolate one of the components of it to kind of smother the fire out. I think a phone would be good to add with that device, bro, and make it go even further.
total.
Amazing.
Our generator and pump ran for about 5 hours and doused everything that we. And we came back the very next day.
Well, I hope they buy you one of these things, and I hope they buy you a drink.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
sounds
I
like
mean,
you
this is
saved
an amazing
not
story.
just your own home. You
Well,
saved.
not Evan. Well, maybe Evan. How old are you, Evan?
I'm 17.
Okay, no drinks for Evan. Bring him
Okay.
cookies. Listen, you guys
Maybe
are.
a soda or something.
Yeah, soda. You guys represent the American can-do spirit,
Absolutely.
and also a sign that LA is not doing its job when people have to get these kinds of contraptions in
And-
their homes.
And a model for what people can do when they are prepared. Preparation is
Absolutely.
possible. Patrick and Evan, thank you guys so much for being with us this morning.
No problem. Thank you for
Thank you for having us. Appreciate
You
it.
got it.
I ain't gonna lie, this guy done got my gears turning. You know how you have like little riser rooms for the sprinkler systems, whether they be in apartment buildings, whether it's in your a little riser where it has the shutoffs and the cutoffs for the sprinklers and stuff like that. They need to have those out there in between homes in different areas, man, where you can have like little sprinklers set up and facing out towards, like, you know what I'm saying, tied into the city main. And out there, like some type of irrigation or something. They deal with this, but this they gotta put some type of plans in place.
Anything about it, I think it's massive, kind of deep. See what I got on my.
number two. Story number two. That's where I was born. Vailsburg, represent. Redman. And so Red with Ambrosia for heads. Big shout out to Reggie. Big shout out to Jake. 1 second plus. Home team Ambrosia for heads, and they had an hour and a half conversation that's wide ranging and really. Granular. If I've seen you should. Is back. Of nature in New York. They traded it in. Regional opportunities for artists who make music that's representative of where. Scene, the ballroom scene, a lot of different sounds are representative of Jersey itself, and Redman leaned into.
Fuck with Jersey, but some hip hop heads that wanted to hear bars, even though I have bars on it, they like, yeah, Jersey ain't that hip hop, but I ain't do it for those guys. I did it for Jersey, like the state of. Before rap got popular there, it was all about club. All about club. And I wanted to dedicate that part of my music to Jersey. Beat like it's dope, but I didn't write to it right then and there. And it would take this to Jersey because I don't only do songs for the fans to relate to. I also do songs because I make majority of my money financially through shows. So, me and my team, we like doing records that have impact. We're not the guys that's going to sell out, 10,000 seaters, 5,000 seaters. I'm vulnerable with that. I'm an underground dude. I am in the major lights, but I'm an underground dude. So I get my bang for my buck through shows, going overseas doing shows, and in the States, shows be wow. Like our audience that we attracting, that the Redman brand attract, they're not coming in like this, with the chains and with the phones and all the phones all over the place. Nobody is moving. Everyone is recording. No, that's not my shows. My shows is their phones is down in their pocket, and they're like this. They're ready to throw water. They're ready to jump. I can jump off my stage into them and get back on. Those are to have those records to have momentum in my shows. So Jersey is definitely I am going to be perform in a show, especially when we have our events in Newark. I'm gonna be gladly to perform that song with my city. You know.
I love that. I love that. I mean, again, I think this also his timing with that is really great too, because there is a around regional sounds, as I mentioned, and you know, Reggie Noble Redman is the pride of Newark, New Jersey. Consistent. Home Jersey.
Shout out to him.
Now, there's another part of this conversation that really jumped out to me as well. They
Redman.
asked him, Reggie and who?
Yeah. Redman's
Thanos-
Rap
Thanos was
Avengers.
coming and you needed to assemble a team of MCs, lyricists.
Came down and took over like Space Jam, and the only way we could beat them was through elite rapping. Like who's the Avengers
the
you're gonna
question is
assemble
amazing.
to take on that challenge?
That's a great question, actually.
The question
That's
is
a great
amazing.
evergreen question. You can ask that question. I mean, that's
Any
like,
day.
that's one of those questions that's like, who's your Mount Rushmore? Who's your top five? This is a great flip on that. 1 second applause to that question, Reg.
I'm definitely sending Black Thought, Common.
Common.
I'm with those two
Black
already.
Thought, Common.
Black Thought and
Let's
Common.
go. Let's go.
Common's, you know, he's got a Grammy
I-
nomination
I'm-
again this year.
I'm
He's
listening
never
to
stopped rapping at the
well,
elite level.
I'm
And then
reading
Black
and
Thought,
listening
obviously,
to a
arguably the
Common
greatest
book.
rapper of all time.
Common is dope.
Off to a good start.
I can hang in there. I can hang in there because MC artists, young artists especially, that be spitting bars, and I want y'all to hear this because it's this and MCs in a box because they're
That's a, doesn't know what they want until you give it to them. You know, it's like Henry. Horse. They'd ask for a faster horse. You're taking risks.
any kind of style, any kind of flow, and I've proven that. I'm not just talking about just smoking. My diverse of content of what I talk about have grown because, Jake, of what we talk.
Being vulnerable, transparent, and accountable. 1 second applause.
My vocabulary, my content of what
Vulnerable,
I talk about,
transparent, and accountable.
because I can talk about more than just fucking bitches, fucking women. Sorry about that. I could talk more about just smoking and wilding out on the road. I could talk about healing. I could talk about different things.
Yeah.
Plus, it comes with the territory of growing. So, the flows, your determination, your how disciplined and how sensitive are people. It all comes into play. And since one of those. J. Cole, one of those. I will send him in as an if they needed and movement. I would send Red and Meth in there, and me and yes, I would I would I would I would send CL Smooth in as an Avenger. And
Am I
believe me,
lacking?
it's I don't want to, you know.
That's dope.
That's quite a bit. I like that question quite a bit. Who would you send in as a rap
Avenger.
Avenger? Leave
Rap Avenger.
your Avengers. The aliens came down on some Space Jam.
I never
You
thought
had to
about
say-
it,
you
but
had to,
I'll figure
put
it out.
together a list of Avengers. Let me know in the comment section who you would select. I love that question quite a bit.
Rap Avengers.
So he said Black Thought, Common, J. Cole, Kendrick, Redman.
Nice, that's
that he
crazy,
mentioned
man.
so far. I know that was an on-the-spot question, and we start having to listen now, and it gets kind of difficult. Let me know if there's
Nas
anybody
is
who
definitely on my
stood
top
out
5.
to you, that he didn't mention. And that part of the conversation, again, and he also talks about being celibate for 2 years.
To drop Muddy Waters as well. 2 years. Is more clear now, and smoking
respect, my
is
brother.
nothing for me now. Having no sex is nothing for me now. Good for the soul and spirit.
He
That
is
long
so
story
important
short,
to us.
I was
Instead of
able to control how I move, what I like, what is not good for me. So, any first, and then maybe try it with some friends, so you can. Oh,
1 second applause. Yo, man, you gotta get your vices in check. There's one way or the other, and Redman described that. You know, I've definitely gone through different periods of fasting, and then and priorities put in a different position is how he taught himself how to edit and shoot video. So project Muddy Waters too. It's a so all the things that he's worked on. I'll put a link in the description. Make sure on everything. It's all happening.
Pictures.
No. Wait.
A woman in France was scammed.
A woman in France was scammed out of. Wow. Was in a relationship with Brad Pitt.
Pit pick.
Wow.
family and divorced and got nearly $750K from divorce, which she sent to the scammer. After the whole ordeal, she wanted to get back with her ex-husband. Like what? Or two, she wanted an interview and sounded really dumb for her age. No way.
A French woman says she was scammed out of her life savings by Pitt. The scam began when she was contacted by a scammer claiming to be Pitt's mother, who told me that her son Anne explained on a French television network. At first I said to myself that it was fake, that it for a kidney treatment. They pretended that Pitt was unable to access his bank accounts. Segment aired, the story has gone viral, igniting a plethora of cyberbullying toward the victim, leading the French network TF1, who aired the segment, to withdraw the broadcast from its platforms.
So she's so stupid they had to get rid of it?
They removed the interview, but
on my husband in my life because I am actually a caring woman. I am not crazy. I just wanted to help someone. Truly believing it, I got tricked. I no longer have a roof, and here is what remains of my life.
Somebody says, how can someone who believes this to be capable of acquiring $830,000 of anything? Well, she got it through a divorce, and now she's filing charges. Who's she gonna sue? Rajesh in India having... Yeah, it's some guy that like lives on Earth. So yeah, having the best life, bro. Like some guy in India or China. Or
It
whatever.
is most definitely some random guy.
At work, man.
Yes.
This is so stupid.
And this is that's what I'm saying. I hope it's not, but it's messed up. That's just foul, you know. We cannot do that. No, I'm just saying that I think me too. I need to shut up because I think I'm being biased. It can be anybody. It's common that it's not. I just hope it's not. It's just you're scamming people almost for $1 million, thinking that she was speaking to Brad Pitt. Oh my Lord.
Of exotic life and biological relationships aplenty. It's attached to a second vivarium on the floor above, called Orcadia, the rainforest's treetops, home to its own menagerie of tree-dwelling creatures. But I have a surprise. After months of painstaking planning and decision-making, I'm finally ready to reveal my next grand and exciting biological project, sure to hands down blow your mind. AC family, behold the next generation.
You know what? I'm gonna play this later on right now.
Giant Vivarium 3, set to